I didn't want to be a soldier when I was growing up. I was desperate to be a footballer. When I was little, I was one of those boys who couldn't stop playing. The jumpers for goalposts, kick about in the street kind of kid. My best mate Russell, who lived up the road, was football crazy as well. He had a big garden with a goal in it, and he had an elder sister, Zoe, who was going out with this guy, Mike, who was an incredible goalkeeper. Mike, in fact, was Mike Taylor, who went on to play professionally for a string of clubs, including Southampton, Fulham and Birmingham, and kept goal for Northern Ireland for over a decade. Back then, he was Russell's sister's boyfriend, a soldier in the REME, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, and a great person to have a knockabout with. There were these centre lights in the garden that lit it up like floodlights, so we'd play all hours, as late as we were allowed, until I got the call to come home and go to bed. It wasn't long before Russell and I joined a team, Headley Under-10s, which was a local village side. We were both decent players, and there was another kid as well, John Edwards, who was also really good. We soon got picked up and went to play for Aldershot, and from there we had trials to play for Hampshire. All three of us were selected, which is kind of amazing when you think about it, all being from the same small place. The county team meant a lot of travelling. We travelled all over the south, playing against Surrey or Devon or whoever. That was a fantastic experience, and we played some amazing games. From there, I was 11 or 12 at this point, I got the chance to go for trials again, this time to try out for Chelsea. Back then, Chelsea weren't quite the club they are now. This was the early 1990s, and they were just about to start the evolution on the pitch that began with Glenn Hoddle and Ruud Gullit as managers. But they were members of the newly formed Premier League, and getting to play for them would be an amazing opportunity. Once again, it was me, Russell and John, who all went for it, along with Ben Meekins, who was the Aldershot goalkeeper. The trials took place in this big stadium facility on the outskirts of London, a football pitch with a running track wrapped around the outside. There were so many people there, and so many different age groups, that we played in 20-minute periods. Have a break, play another 20 minutes, another break, another 20 minutes, done. Before the trial had started, my dad had tried to give me some advice. Just do the basics right, he told me. Get the ball, don't give it away, just play football. That's easier said than done when you're trying to impress. But I did my best, tried to concentrate and do the simple things well. But then, about halfway through the session, the ball came over to me, a good pass. I'm a left-footed player and can hit the ball okay. So, rather than listen to my dad, I just went for it. I hit this shot from about 25 yards out, caught it cleanly, and it just flew. Ben Meekins was playing for the other side, and it just whistled past him and smashed in against the stanchion. As soon as that went in, I was certain I had done enough. Sure enough, while Russell, John and Ben didn't get the call-up, I was offered a place to join Chelsea's School of Excellence. For a football-mad kid, you can imagine how exciting that was. We trained during the week and played matches at the weekend. After one game against West Ham, I remember Dennis Wise, who was the club captain then, coming in to see us. He gave us this inspirational talk, told us to keep at it, train hard, and that it would all be worth it in the long run. But much as I wanted that to be true, the problem was that from where we were living in Hampshire, I was struggling to make the training each week. It started at 7 p.m, but by the time Dad had finished work, picked me up, and we'd sat in traffic on the M25 to get there, it was more like 7:30 p.m. before I got there. Training was only an hour long, so I was missing a big chunk of it each week and getting behind. In the end, my dad went in to see the coaches to talk about it. He had an important position in the military, so it just wasn't possible for him to get away from work earlier. In the end, we all agreed that it wasn't working, and although Chelsea was an amazing opportunity, it would be better if I tried to play football nearer to home. I had trials for Reading, then a First Division, now Championship side, and was delighted to be accepted by them. I went straight into the team and had an incredible time. In my first year with them, I finished as top scorer, despite the fact that I played from midfield. In my second year, I was progressing well enough that they asked me to play in the year group above, so for the under-16s, even though I wasn't yet 15. At that age, being even a year older can make a big difference physically. But I knuckled down and learned to cope. The pinnacle of the youth system at a football club was to get taken up on a YTS, Youth Training Scheme, place on leaving school, which was the last step before being offered a professional contract. Reading had two academies, North and South, and the system culminated in a match between the academies, after which those chosen to join the YTS scheme were selected. The day of the match came and it was pissing down. That didn't help for playing good football, and for all my goals and great games over the previous few seasons, I didn't have the best of matches. I didn't play badly, but I knew I hadn't shown everything I could do.